welcome back to Opally Hour and New Model Day. So, we did that other marble run and thought we would give this one a go. It's not a Roker. In fact, I don't even know who it's made by. It's only 168 pieces, so doesn't look like it should be too much of a hassle. Can't remember the name of it, I have to be honest with you. It's suitable for 14 plus. I thought it was going to be electric, but I don't see anything really on the front here that says so, and the back doesn't really tell you much at all. That just tells you it's not suitable for children under 36 months. Okay, well, yeah. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so we have some plastic pieces. Looks like they will be peelable. So I'll put those to one side. It is electric. We have a motor as I pull it by the wire. That's not smart. And a case with no bottom. Don't think like so. Maybe this. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Then we have a bag of bits and pieces. We have an escapee screwdriver. We have several balls in here. How many we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got some spokes and some, oh, what were they called? Oh, you've got to remember. I can't remember now. Anyway, like gaskety things to hold things on. Can't remember the name. And we have our wooden blocks, which are all joined together with the instructions. It's called a mechanical rail bead. What does that mean? What's a bead relating to this? I don't know. So let's see if we can get in. I don't want to damage anything. Let's go from here as I scratch straight across the back. Let's see if this will do it. And we'll have a quick look at these pieces and then we will get on. So I won't be doing any gluing, which will be good. We'll have a look at the instructions in a moment, so we go backwards on this. So are these all laid? Fell out straight away. So A1. So I reckon this is one solid piece. I'm not even sure that that's meant to be in. So this is A. So far we are in order. Try and keep my spare pieces going, otherwise they're going to get confused. We have another piece, and this is labelled B. And it's also labelled on the back, so labelled on the front and back, but not on the parts themselves, from what I can tell. Again, another black one. And C. It's cool that it's labelled both sides. We have D, that is just wood, and it smells. They smell of wood. We have a little ring thing we're going to be doing. F. Spiral. That's the word. We have, yes, F. That goes there. Those are only labelled on one side. And then we have E. Okay, my alphabet went wrong. Let me put that. Okay, I will have to get them in order, because that's the only way I can keep track of what I'm doing. And then this one, like I say, was F. And this one is G. Alright, so the instructions. This is just warnings about being careful with the parts. And then we have our instruction. Oh, single sheets. Interesting. And how are they numbered? So this is, I'm going backwards for starters, that doesn't help. So it seems, okay, we've got letters down here, and I'm guessing it's just going across here, so it does tell you some of the parts that we have. Has a check mark for step complete, we like this. Magnifying glass. Okay, I have one of those. Has our motor, screwdriver, comes with the screws. Doesn't come with too many of these. It doesn't actually tell you how many there are, so I guess you just got to hope you got enough going for it. So I guess we will do it as A, B, C, I guess, or steps 1 to 4. I'm not sure, or page numbers, because it has a page number at the bottom here of 1. It's all in colour. It's very, very pretty, but no written instructions. Oh, you've got a little bit. Generally, this is going to be going from the pictures, so it goes from number 30 to 62. So I think that went out of order. So 31, and we have 88 parts for that, 6 pages. All right, let me go get the first few ready. And it does tell you to wax it. It does come with wax. I think I've said to you guys before, if you've watched any of my other builds, when you have these wax, these blocks crumble very easily. So I will use the wax. I think it's beeswax or something. I will use something like that to put it on, rather than using these, which make messy. These are really good though. I will say they are incredibly good, and they do an excellent job, but they do crumble and you're going to end up with quite the mess. So if you've got any wax, then I suggest you use it. Probably you could use Vaseline, you know, I mean it's kind of the same sort of thing. So let me get on and get the first pieces ready, and I will be back. Alrighty, so let's get started. So what I've done is I've actually pulled the first page, and what interests me is whoever this company is, it's really poor marketing when they don't say who made it, you know. I mean, it's an opportunity, isn't it, for them to really promote who made them, rather than, you know, not know. I think it's kind of a bit weird. Anyway, so you have this little piece here, and we are going to put the one without the hook going downwards. We are putting on the far one here. And basically, you know, like you get now, ones which join together, you know, like join together like this. This is doing the same, but in a different way. And then this one goes in the other slot down the bottom there, so it looks like one of those. And then we have, don't forget by the way to what's the name yours, let me try and think of the words, sand them down. So then this is interesting because, okay, all right, done it wrong straight off. So the hook side here needs to go by those ones, so that's why it didn't work. So let me start that again. Explains why the wheel wouldn't go on, huh? So just make sure you have the hook sides at the top here. Simple model. Yeah. And then you put on one of the big wheels, which will slot in. It doesn't say that the hole here is important at this stage, but I'd imagine you probably want both of them in the same spot. That would be my guess. Doesn't say, but that's what I would think. And then do this, and that's the first one done. It doesn't say to grease any of this or anything. So step 2, or B as they say, is these ones. And I lost one of these already, one of these tiny ones, when I was sanding it. It flew off. I'm sure it'll show up if the dog doesn't eat it beforehand. Dog at the homework is a thing. Right, and then I've put on here, I've labelled them. So this one's got a 2. I put a tiny 2 on the back of it. So I want that to be on the inside. So these go in there, into those holes, like so. Pretty sure that's where they're going. Makes sense for it to be going there. And we are going to be needing our lubricant, wax, whatever. So it's pretty straightforward to go in. And then we are going to put the other wheel on top. And they are going to sandwich together. So careful of these parts, they do fall out very easily and it would be easy to get them confused. And then this just goes on top. So they will literally go next to each other. Why wouldn't you just give thicker wood or something to do the same thing? Who knows? Just making sure that that is right. Yeah. And I think they're meant to push through more. At the moment I've got them just flat on the surface here. But I think they are actually meant to go all the way through, because we're going to be putting a piece on the other side. So this one has an arrow on it, so let me put that with the arrow up, I think. Start these again because they all fell out again. Maybe if I push them through more it wouldn't be such a problem, but hey. So it has an arrow that I don't know what it's relevant to. So one of them has like the smaller holes and then this one has the bigger holes, I guess. But they don't line up. Are they meant to line up? They're meant to line up. Okay. We learn. And we have to make 2 of these, by the way. Might take a while, huh? There we go. And then on one side you are going to put this pretty one. And it's got an arrow as well, so I'm assuming the arrows are matching up. It does say something. What does that mean? Well, it shows me something, but it doesn't really tell me what the something is. I don't know. Well, let's go with this way. I'm going to match up the arrows. It makes sense to do that from my view. So you put this on one side, and then on the other side we can now click this all the way through. They all have arrows. Okay, watch where your arrows are going. Boy, oh boy, am I making a mess of this. So just make sure your arrows are pointing in the same direction, basically. And then we have another one with an arrow, which goes on top of it like so. Right, so that's done. Then we are going to be putting in these little plug things on which side? Other side. Here. Okay, you put it on both sides, so it didn't matter really which one I did. So you put one here, one here. Like I say, these are small. They give you quite a lot. I'm hoping that there's a spare because I have lost one. I did find a piece of wood, but it looks smaller than this. And then these are both the same. There's no difference between them. And it doesn't have any arrows or anything, other than trying not to put it on the right way. And then we'll roll it over, turn it over and do the same thing. And then this one will now need waxing. So I'm going to do that when I've completed the other one and just wax them both at the same time. And then it's going to be rinse and repeat for the other one. Maybe I can get that one done a bit quicker. We will see. And this basically will hold it on. And hope and pray you've got your arrows all facing the right way. Okay, and that covers up the arrow. And then do exactly the same, and then we'll get that greased. So I am going to start off with this one this time and do it all from the bottom. Makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it, to build it this way. And get that all like this. There's my arrow, there's my arrow. Then followed by E3 will go next. Oh, these are F's, but same principle. Let's see, F4, F3, indeed, will go next. Making sure the arrows are all pointing the same way. Damn it. Go back. I thought it'd be easier. It really will. Okay, that went on with some force there. And then F2 on top of that. There's always one which doesn't seem to quite line up or something. There we go. Or I'm probably actually putting it on a bit crooked. That's probably what really is happening. And then F1 is the last one. And then exactly the same. Those two don't matter. With these ones to hold it all together, I guess. If I can get it in. So this is slightly different in the sense that it's got a hole going through the middle of it, whereas the other one had a cross section going through. Unless they're both like that on that side. Let's see. Nope. I was right, slightly different. And then we will get these waxed. Having trouble. And that is page 1 done. So that's 12 parts, 12 steps, or A, B and C, all done. Didn't take long at all. And put that on there. I forgot to put that one on. Duh. Like so. So interesting, I don't see the arrow anymore on this one. So I don't know. Alright, and let's get those waxed. Let me get a little bit of paper down as well to put them on. Oh, I've got one right here, funny enough. Alright then. Oh, that came straight off. Oh man. No, I don't know what side the arrows are. Okay. Had a peeky-boo under the hood. Check myself. Okay, so these stoppers don't stop really. Push these down more. Alright, bear with me. Alright, got that back together. And then this stuff's very stinky. We will grease the wheels. Basically what you're wanting to do is grease the outside wheels, but I'm probably going to do more than that. I'm probably going to do that. My goodness, they fall apart too easy. I'll do this one and show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to put the other one back together. So, okay, doesn't work. So I'm going to take a moment and just grease them, and like I said, I'm probably going to do more than, well, I don't think there's much else that needs doing really. Just make sure that they're all done. Like I say, you could probably use Vaseline. You can use theirs. It is really good wax. Those blocks, they just make a lot of mess. I'm just going to go around, fix the other one and do exactly the same, and put it to one side until I turn the page and know what we are doing next and whether I'm going to need them straight away or not. I will find out. So I will be back. I'm going to carry this on all the way around, like I say, fix the other one, do the same, and then we will be on to step 13. Right, just before I go and get the other pieces, the other thing you need to do is, on this very first part we made, is wax that. So it's just waxing it on the edge around here. Oh, I was missing, get it everywhere else. Alright, now I'm going to go and put the parts. I'll let you know how many parts we've used so far, actually. Yep, 34 so far out of the 268. So let's crack on. Alright, very unfortunate, my video corrupted, so I have undone everything else I did, and we can start again. The good news is you might get less errors. So this piece, you have a wider section and a smaller section. You want to be using the smaller section, which will, these are all waxed already, because like I say, I've already kind of done this once. You put this in like so, followed by two of these ones. Make sure they are the right ones. Yes. Evidently you can't go wrong, it says. It doesn't say that at all, actually. Doesn't give any that sort of information. And then you put these two on, and we will hold on to this piece for, no, we're going to put that on next. Okay, so then you're going to put this piece on so it looks something like so. Then we are going to take A, which was this one that we made, and we are going to go through the larger one of the two. There's two of these. They look different, so you've got like these holes here, and you have one big hole here instead. So you take this one, and we are going to put it through the black side facing outwards. So we're going to push it through there, make sure it goes all the way through, which I made that mistake last time, so you'd be pleased to know that. And B, which is the one with the cross on it, goes on here. Which way round does it go? This way, I'm pretty sure. When I can get it lined up. Okay, and you put that on it and leave it like that, I think. Yeah, you leave it just like that. Don't like that. Alright, and then you put in D, the one you just made, this one, into, oh, you grab the other piece. And again, with the black on the outside, you are going to do it the opposite way this time, so this on the inside. Okay, like so, and then you are going to put these two on it to hold it in place. I hope this is right. I took it apart and then it's like, well, I think that's what it was. Like so, and that's that. Now we're going to join the two pieces together basically. So we will take this. Have I even put that on right? Makes me wonder now. Yeah, put this all the way through like so, and followed by what to hold it in place, these three. So you've got this one, I think is the top one, nope, opposite way, so the unusual one there, it's not even that unusual, followed by these two like so. Then you put cog C in, the other cog. Which way round? With the holes facing towards you on the smaller piece. So this is the smaller one of the two. You see there's some left over here. So with these like so, and you put the, what's it through? No, it doesn't say whether to push these. They call these rubber mats, by the way. So the shaft covers, basically, I think that's what they are. You put on, it doesn't say to press them all the way down, so I don't know the answer to this question. Like I say, it's kind of annoying. I don't know why my video actually corrupted, but it did. I've had it on pause for a phone call and came back and it wouldn't stop. It had turned itself back on. Obviously I wanted to delete that. Can't remember what I was saying on the phone call, but I wasn't going to bore you with the details, although maybe it'd be interesting. I don't know, doubt it. So that goes on there. So this is how we are now looking. And done the spoke, done that. Then we are going to take this small piece, not what I tried to do last time, and put that through here to join these two together, basically. So this slot here and the one underneath, to join them together. Okay, now the only thing I didn't take out, you will see in a second. See, this is still so very loose. I don't like it being so loose. Did I lose a piece on the end here, I wonder? Or is that just the way it was? So this one's pretty secured in. This one is just the way it is, I think. Just double checking myself one sec, guys. Because it feels like it'd be very loose. I don't think it's meant to be that loose. Definitely have a feeling it should not be. Let me check myself. No, it's right. Okay, then we are going to take the base. Now the only thing I didn't take apart, because I will tell you it was a pain in the butt, I suggest you do this. You screw this in before you put the rest in anyway. It will be easier for you. This is the on and off switch. It took me a moment to realise what that was. So we will now just put this into the base with it facing the bigger piece towards you. So it kind of does line up with the yeah, don't do that. So I have the black side showing on the outside, and then it does a slot in from here and the other end down there, and then push all the way through to the bottom so that it goes all the way in. And it should look something like so when I get the other side in. I'll just make sure it's pushed all the way, both sides. Then what we are going to do is put our motor in like this and have this so that, if I remember rightly, you've got this on one side like this. Don't trap the wire, and that goes in here and gets your motor on the way. And that's as far as we got, and we are probably calling it for today. So it probably ended up being a little bit quicker because I don't know why it got corrupted. It just was weird. It never, I wasn't able to even come out of the video. It was very strange. I had to reboot my computer, and in which case that's why it got corrupted. But I don't know why it went wrong. Okay, that was in the way. Alright, so what we'll do is we will, it doesn't say to do this, but we will test this to check that it does work. Got batteries out ready. And we'll do the handle and see what it does. Let's get that it faces you. I've got my mat all over the place. There we go. And it's nice and quiet. Having me on the side. You see it's all working away. It's pretty quiet. Just trying to check where that one was that I was worried about. I think it was this one up here. But it seems to be in right. And it is holding. It's just got a gap on the back here, which makes me wonder why it should be like that. But nevertheless, it does look like it is meant to go that way. This one's the same. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I knocked that out. Not too worried about that. So there is a, it is shaped, by the way. I guess I should have said that, so that you can make sure that you do get it in right. These are probably a little bit loose because I've been messing around with them now. Because I've been in and out now a couple of times. Put that back on. And that takes us all the way, believe it or not, to stage. Really doesn't want to stay in at all, does it? Stage 30. Or step 30. Okay. Should still work. Let's do that. Do it the right way. Yep, it's working. This doesn't sit in very well, by the way. I'm not sure anything's going to secure that either. Okay. Alright, and I think that's as far as we are going to go today. I think I'm going to change this direction of this piece and have that with black shown upwards. I think that'd look better. And there we have it. So, just a bit worried about this here, that it's got such a gap on it, because I'm sure it's not meant to. But I've done what they've said to do. Makes me worry. I think it's because the other piece that I put on has actually gone inside a bit, which is a good thing. I mean, that's why it's greased. But there you go. Alrighty, so I think we will call it a day for that. If I do work out the mystery of why that's like that, I will let you know. In the meantime, you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and if you've got any comments, please do leave them. And I will look forward to doing another video tomorrow of this. I don't reckon this is going to be a long video at all. We've actually got to, I think, 61 parts, including the little screws and the caps and things like that. So I think it's 61 roundabout, and 200 odd. And so I reckon we are a third of our way through ish, maybe a bit under. Anyway, tomorrow's another day. Yep. If you leave any comments, I will try and get back to you as soon as I can, and or you can email me even at opallyhour@outlook.com, and I will reply there if you prefer that. All right, take care everybody. That's the most important thing. Take care, guys. Bye.